Hey everyone, it's Joseph. Today I'm going to talk to you about the problems with new builds. I'm a real estate agent here in Austin, Texas, and in the past month I've been to at least 100 different newly built homes, and I've consistently noticed about 3 major categories of problems. Some of these problems are deal breakers, others not so much. If you haven't seen my other video, I have a video talking about some of the major perks of new builds, including warranties and other things like that. I suggest you go check that out before you watch this one. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first problem that I have with new builds is kind of the funky architecture and style. If we look at this layout here, it's got a little living room and a kitchen, but this is pretty much the only living area in the home. Downstairs, we have a bathroom and what looks like a bedroom, maybe a study, something like that. And this is kind of it for the downstairs area. If we go upstairs, we have a second bedroom or potentially a study with a not so great view of the parking lot. Then we have a washer dryer, a master bedroom with a balcony. Here's the closet. And finally, we have the bathroom. Okay, so now that we've talked about the layout a little bit, or you've seen at least a little bit of it, let's talk a little bit about some of the problems with functionality. So right now, I'm in the second bedroom, the smaller bedroom that's upstairs. And if you notice, there's not a bathroom up here for this bedroom. That means if we want to go to the bedroom, bathroom, if we want to go to the bathroom, we have to leave the room, go into the master bedroom, which is over here. So now that we're in the master bedroom, we have to go through the closet, into the bathroom, and then into a room that has a toilet. Now, if we count this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and finally 5 different doors that you have to go through in order to go to the bathroom. The second option you have to go to the bathroom is to go downstairs into the living room, almost fell, and finally to the bathroom. The major problem with this is when you have a younger kid, they oftentimes make a little bit of a mess when they go to the bathroom. Obviously, you don't want them going to your bathroom and making a mess, and then when you wake up in the morning, you have to go into the mess and clean it up and everything. But you also don't want them going downstairs to the guest bathroom or the bathroom that everyone downstairs uses. So there's kind of an issue there. So in addition to this unusual layout, there's another problem that becomes quite apparent. Why did they do some of the things that they ended up doing? This is the attic. And if we walk into the attic, there's a lot of space in here. Let's see if I can zoom out a little bit. There's a lot of space up here. And it would be really nice if they used some of this space right here for the second bedroom, right here, to have a bathroom. Some of the reasons that you don't see a lot of bathrooms or there's not a bathroom for every single room is because the city of Austin's kind of a pain in the butt when it comes to getting permits. So the less permits they have to get, the builder being them, the less permits the builders have to get, the more convenient it is to build a new home. Another reason why you're not seeing enough bathrooms for every room, or there's not enough square footage, or there's not that many parking spots, one of these problems, there's tons of different issues, is that the city of Austin is really cracking down on the amount of things you can do with your home. For example, you can't have as many parking garages as you want. The city of Austin is trying to crack down on the amount of cars that are on the street because the infrastructure isn't made for all this growth. And one of the ways that the city of Austin is fighting that is by limiting the number of garages. There's a new development, well, the final stage of a new development happening right now in an area called Mueller in Austin that has a 2-car garage limit. And this is really unusual because most of Austin is kind of not that generous. So it's pretty nice that they have pre-existing non-conforming regulation. Another issue that you'll run into because of those regulations that we just talked about is a lack of living area. This right now is the living room in the home. If you notice, it's kind of small. And the real estate agent knows that. they've decided to go ahead and use the garage as a second kind of living area, which is highly unusual. The garage even has a glass door and windows to kind of make it more of a little live-in situation. And on top of that, it's even insulated. It's hard to see, but it has a little bit of insulation to keep it cooler. I'm in the second bedroom right now, and if you notice, there isn't a ton of space. There's kind of a little office nook, and finally a window. If you had a queen-size bed in here, you wouldn't really have room for anything else. And this isn't the only room that has this issue. This is the master bedroom, and there's no way in the heck you could have a bed bigger than a queen. Right now, this is a double, and there's not very much space on either side of the bed. You barely have enough room for a table, and maybe a small dresser or area for a TV. There is plenty of room out here though. On top of that, it's kind of interesting where they choose to use their square footage. So the master bedroom's tiny, but the closet and the bathroom within the closet is about the same size as the master bedroom. Now with a lot of these builds, you're seeing that the lot is divided into two different sections, maybe even more than that sometimes. And in the first section, you have condominium 1, and the second section you have condominium 2. Now this changes the structure of the home, the legal structure. You now have a condominium and you have an HOA. In the HOA, there's certain things you're not necessarily allowed to do that you could do with your normal home. Now, this HOA kind of unusual setup condominium of a lot brings me into my third point, and that's quality. As you can see here, this is a nicer home because the sliding glass door works. In the last video, there you go. In the last video I made where I'm standing outside of a red door, not the one where I'm on the street, but another one where I'm standing outside the door, it was a $1.2 million house. It had 3 sliding glass doors, and of those 3 sliding glass doors, only one of them worked. And that's just stupid. Why are you paying so much money for a house that isn't set up properly? In this room, you'll see that there's a number of fixtures like this, and it just has all kinds of little worn out spots. This fixture has it too, where it's worn out right there. And on the other side of the wall, you'll see they didn't even bother to take the markings off or cover up the screws where they messed up the towel holder. They put the rack on this side of the wall instead of this side of the wall. And one thing you'll notice is if they had kept that there, geez, can you open it? And you open the door, chances are you might open it a little too quickly and break the glass. I saw one of my agents at my office upload a picture where they were doing a final walkthrough in a newly built house. And in the room where there was a washer and dryer, there was a massive leak. And the leak continued to the room underneath it, and it was causing all kinds of damage. They were gonna need to have roofers out to fix the roof. They were gonna completely need to trash the drywall and replace that all. Hopefully they didn't break any of the electrical equipment, and they might also, probably will, have to replace all of the insulation. In my opinion, the biggest issue with a leak like that is that if you know that there's a leak like that in your home, there probably are other major issues with the home as well. And as soon as that warranty expires on the new build, then you're gonna have to deal with insurance or possibly even fix the repair yourself. And that can be very expensive and timely. One of the major issues with new builds is that lack of care. What you wanna do if you're ever buying a new build is you want to hire an inspector to come out and inspect the home before they put the drywall up. Once they put the drywall up, it's much more difficult to find out what's behind this wall. Okay, I'm about to head out. But before I do, let's summarize what we talked about here today. The first major thing that you want to be aware of in a new build, and you'll notice almost immediately, is the layout. Does this layout really make sense? Do I want to have a bedroom upstairs that does not have a bathroom? And in order to get to the bathroom for upstairs, the upstairs bedroom, they either have to go through my bathroom and closet and bedroom, or they have to go downstairs to the guest bathroom in order to use the restroom. That could be a deal breaker right there. The second issue is lack of space. Is there really enough space in this home? You probably can't add anything to it because the city of Austin is getting so strict. Do I really want to have a living room that is this tiny and shared with the kitchen? And the third thing is, have they actually taken the time to make sure everything is top quality? Do all the doors work? Do the hinges work? I've seen so many homes lately that are brand new where people don't bother opening and closing a door. There's oftentimes a ton of doors that won't open because it scrapes against the ground. And are there any bathrooms like this where if you open the shower bathroom that it would probably break because there's a towel rack right there? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.